I think I can hide crap on YouTube because I'm crazy or something. It's like it's not all the truth. Anyway, Monday. I don't know what temperature it was overnight, but I barely got any sleep. I barely got man, stupid Alexa, stop. Bumpers, news bumpers, you name it. All them stupid bumpers and like top and the bottom and the middle of the hour. It's like, well, where's the? You got commercials everywhere, and then you got really stupid bumpers. And it's always Democrat focused news. It's like forcing Democrat focused news on the radio. It's like I guess that's balance. I guess. Anyway, 7:30 in the morning. No, I'm off and I'm up and down all over the place. No, I scold myself in the tub because I was gonna go to bed and it was getting late. But I was a little bit clammy or something. So I was like, I'm gonna get a bath, and I must have forgot to rinse it out. I must have screwed up somewhere, put too much hot water in it. But anyway, I put cold water in it. Something happened to where the cold water and hot water stayed separate, and so I'm in there. I'm getting in the tub, and it's too cold. The water's too darn cold. And then I sit there and I realize I'm burning. Literally, the cold water stayed separate from the hot water. And I don't know if I didn't like rinse off all the cleaner, if I put cleaner in there that Sunday night, or what I did. Well, if I put cleaner in there before I went to church, but I don't know. I not church, but I got up and went somewhere shopping something Sunday morning. Anyway, yeah. So basically, I'm like white or something. I might be bleached white, and I might be burned in places. I don't know. And not only that, I keep sticking my hand in the dryer. No, the ambulance comes by. Maybe there's a fire truck, but two people come to my door after finally finding the place or whatever. And like, oh, that's not even a first degree burn, they say. I've got all these blood flow issues. Like stuff's red and stuff, and I was wearing pants. I shouldn't have been wearing pants. I don't care. I don't care if I said this before. It makes no dang sense. Anyway, I get to sleep on and off on. I didn't want to turn on any heat or air conditioning, and who knows that then I was just mixed up, anyway. It's like sometimes I can't feel how hot something is correctly. My nerves are all screwed up. I don't know if it's because of blood pressure medicine or if it's brain damage. It's all sorts of neuropathies, and like because I'm not allowed to have the blood pressure my body wants to have, so I'm getting some sort of odd neuropathies and stuff. Don't know if there's B12 deficiency or what. And it's like just for once, self have liver and onions. Just for once, order it somewhere, have someone cook it right, beg somebody. Seriously, just have liver and onions sometimes because the enzymes binds B12. We're not talking about B vitamins, we're talking about B12. Anyway, and so I wake up about 6:30, 6 something, I don't know, maybe 7. Yeah, I went to bed off and on. So basically I probably got up and went back to bed about 6. But anyway, about 7 or something. So I get up and my skin is orange and yellow, and I look like I'm dead. It's like I had hypothermia. Like if the body temperature gets to 95 below 95, so somewhere along the lines I was probably maybe 93, 94, who knows. And I'm looking at myself. So I call my poor dad, and I keep being sick as I am. Sometimes I'll call him and tell him to pick me up from the emergency room or something. And it's like it'll be 3 or 4 in the morning, and that's crazy. I don't want to do that to him. I never ever thought I'd be doing that. So anyway, I called him at 7:30, and like it took him forever to get over to my apartment or whatever. I don't know. So anyway, in the meantime, I'm running around the apartment trying to take my mind off of things. And first of all, not really running, but like power walking or something, just around and around and moving all over the place. And like I didn't even put all the stuff to go somewhere. I didn't put it all together. I wanted him to see my legs, so I wasn't wearing, short. I was wearing shorts, and so I wanted to see my legs. So anyway, by the time he gets there, I have moved all over the place and I have fully circulated my blood. I'm talking, I probably look pretty darn healthy. So I didn't know. I was like having some weird feeling of a split go up my throat. And I was remembering when I try to breathe out of one nostril, actually the air comes out my left ear and stuff. And I'm like really messed up in the head. And the few days before, my nose turned blue before I went to bed. Then I got up one morning and my face had sucked in, and my eyes were real small, and but my brow was really huge. And it's like I'm like some of this stuff I'm shrugging off. Some of this stuff I'm gonna ignore. That's a hallucination or something. But they're not hallucinations. It's circulatory errors. I have oh jeez, what's that thing? Arrhythmia. I have an arrhythmia, and sometimes that randomly kills people, even when they're really young. In PE class, there was always stories about PE class, and like, somebody just kicked the bucket. It's like just stuff you talk to your brothers about or your siblings. All sorts of stuff like that. But yeah, people die all the time with absolutely clear, perfect hearts and stuff. You can have an electrical problem you don't know. It's like I knocked my valves out of whack, ignoring how my blood pressure was crawling up and up and up, and like sugar is one factor. But yeah, my phooey, I know. So like I've already backtracked or went around the story. Well, anyway, I spent all sorts of time putting everything together. I was trying to tell him to take me to the ER, and he's like, "Why? I just come here to calm you down." And it's like, "Well, fine." I think I said something to him about that whenever my shoulders started to suck in, and like I swear that there was something dying somewhere, and like some of my videos just a few months ago, they're talking about muscle detachments, and all of a sudden it's like it never happened. Even though some of the, I don't know, maybe I can get, if I can get a good angle, see if something's hanging. The shirt's in the way. The shirt's in the way. Anyway, one of the things is my chest is real flat right here. If I lean on here, and it just goes straight down, and it just scares the tar out of me because it's all shadow. But I still can't lay on this couch without feeling like I'm drowning. So I don't know. You know, I'm losing my balance. Like my mom's foot would pigtail whenever she'd use the pedal bike at the gym, and now when I try to walk, my right leg is starting to pigtail. I can't walk it straight. I don't know if I can walk it straight or not. And I have this brain scan. It has a hole in it, like back here, like around the cerebellum. The report on the brain scan, that's interesting. How it's got it wrong. It says something's on the right side of the cerebellum, unless they mean the reverse. But it's like that's the left. I have other discs. I have a Mercy disc. I think of a brain scan from Mercy, and I almost want to compare the two. I almost kind of print out the main parts of both discs. Because on one disc you can see something, but like on SSM there's an absence. So like, well, these black spots. But another thing is I've had these horrible pains years ago, and then now they're calcified. There's like these bright calcified objects in my brain, like a dot. It looks like an error on the brain scan, but to me, I think it's parts of my brain have calcified, but it's really small. And they kept trying to make me take these calcium blockers, and I took them off and on, and no telling what types of calcium is installed through my body. And yeah, I messed up this video. I'm trying to just tell the story of Monday, of just what was going on, and I can't. And my legs, I'm afraid they feel like they're going to die of neuropathy. They just like blood flow keeps cutting off in all sorts of places in my legs, and like I feel like I'm getting all sorts of nerve damage, and so like and like this mold, like I'm getting gum swelling from the medications. If I brush my teeth, the swelling goes down. Well, I get this yellowing on my feet, so I have to sand off the calluses, and the feet look like they're actually gonna heal. And that stimulates blood flow and stuff, but I don't know. And like then I have like armpits that are like they turn blackish, and like the hairs get darker in the wrong spots. I mean, the spots where blood flow is lost or something. So it looks like the skin is turned darker when it's not. And like I said, I burnt myself. And some my neighbors, I can't handle social. I can't understand. Somebody says something that's direct to the situation, and I take it personally. So I don't know. So people just talk real garbage, and I'm sorry, I don't understand it. You know, it's gross what some people have said to me, and I guess I should tell everybody I basically scalded myself in the tub. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. But I, I hope this makes sense. I really wanted a shorter video because of what's just going on Monday, just what's happened. And I can't talk clearly, apparently.